All right, guys, let's get started. Full disclosure, if you hear Frankie barking, then it's just time for a water break. I'm going to be deleting his barks out of the comments. I'm choosing to do this upstairs with him on my cozy living room because it's a nice rainy day. So we'll get started here. Okay. Here I am. Start live video with Instagram. 3, 2, 1. Hello, I'm Steph, and I'm a tad bit crazy, and this is Frankie. If you can see him back here, there he is. And we are going live from the living room today with a free training for you if you're a health coach, a yoga teacher, a fitness instructor, and you have been hearing the noise about this leveraged income, making money online. That's what we're talking about today. I'm going to share with you the exact things I do to run my business online with income streams that are the opposite of linear. So all that means is linear means you're trading your time for money. So health coaches, this means you teach a yoga class and you make X amount of dollars. You have a one-on-one client and you make a certain amount of money. You go in and work at a health food store. That's linear income. So we're going to be talking about the opposite, or 99% of what I do in my business, all right? So stick with me. I'm going to flip over to a PowerPoint and we're going to go through this training. We'll be together for about 30 minutes, 45 minutes. Would love to have you live, but if you can't make it, just drop me a comment and I'll make sure to get you the recording as well as any extra information or worksheets that you need. All right, guys, here we go. Instagram viewers, if you want to see the PowerPoints, head over to my Facebook page. It's called Nourish Curated Wellness. I'm live streaming from there where I'm actually able to share my desktop. So if you want to join us with the full training and the full PowerPoint, come on over. I'll be starting after this sip of water. Okay, let's flip over to the PowerPoint. I'm so fancy. And if you want to know how I'm sharing my screen, it's a free software called OBS. It's okay. It's not the best, but it's good for free. So if you are a health coach and you want to start doing some things like this, OBS, let me know if you want the link. Just drop me a comment. Okay, here we go. That's me sitting back. Instagram viewers, I'm talking to the PowerPoint if you think I'm crazy. Okay, that's me sitting back. Let me know on Facebook if you can see the PowerPoint. I'll just double check because this will be a little bit wonky if you can't. Just going to check on my multiple devices. Let me know where you're joining from. If you're a health coach, what kind of health coach? If you have been making any sort of leveraged income, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, drop me a comment, let me know. Share this with your people if you think that it would be helpful. All right, perfect. So we're up, we're live on Facebook. It's a little bit delayed, so if you do write a question, I'll get to it at the end because as you write the question, I won't be able to see it for a couple of minutes. All right, let's get started here. Hello, I'm Steph, and thank you so much for joining me for this free training on leveraged income. How to make money without busting your butt and breaking yourself to the ground. Why I'm teaching you this is because I did it. That's me in the photo, and I wasn't always that relaxed. In fact, New Year's, December 2015, I was burnt out, scattered, completely on my butt. I was a health coach, a yoga teacher, a dietitian, my reflexology training. I had all of this experience and all of these jobs. That year I had 4 T4s. Indeed, I had multiple revenue streams, but I didn't have the missing piece, which is what I'm going to teach you about today, leveraged income. I was burnt out, scattered. Sure, I had some money in the bank, but I was completely broke emotionally and spiritually. My energy was scattered. I was working in clinics. I was working in a health food store. I was running my own business. I was working for other people so that I could pay my bills. Okay, guys, I was completely broke. Not too long ago. Broke financially, I was okay, but broke spiritually and mentally, I was the yes girl. I said yes to every opportunity because that was my money story. Coming out of school with 50 grand of debt as a dietitian, I figured I probably should pay this back as a dietitian. So I said yes to all the opportunities. But here's a little secret. I am a complete free bird, and commitment phobe. So what I didn't do was get a good paying job as a dietitian and work my butt off to pay that off. What I did was I made jobs up so that I wasn't completely selling out on myself. I still had the flexibility, so I did corporate wellness. I worked as a food rep. I worked in health food stores. So what I had was I had my time flexibility because I wasn't really tied down. I could take as much vacation. But where I capped out was the financial cap. I couldn't, and as well as the energy drainer. I completely drained myself because I was scattered. Okay, so that day on New Year's 2015, I knew I had to change something. So I sought out a business coach. And that's when everything changed for me. And from that point on, I started to integrate. I had heard of this leveraged income or making money while you're sleeping. Something that I do every year is go and meditate for 10 days. So I knew that everything I set up moving forward needed to be in alignment with this. Okay, so from that point forward, I went from struggling to thriving, burnout to success. I'm a multi-passionate health coach. I don't just love one thing. I went and did my yoga training. I did my dietetics degree. I was always learning, and I'm a constant learner. Let me know in the comments if you are a multi-passionate health coach as well, if you're a high achiever, a perfectionist, but also a free bird and a travel junkie. You want that freedom. The last thing you want to do is go to a 9-to-5. We can relate there. Okay, so as I mentioned on December 25th, 2015, I had multiple revenue streams all right, but I was burnt out and broke energetically because I was missing this key piece, which is leverage and partnerships, which is now 99% of my business and why I'm successful. Okay, so that day, I hired a business coach, I gained clarity, and of course I discovered the missing piece, leverage and partnerships, which was my turning point and can be your turning point too. So there's a bit of a leverage crisis here. Nutritionists, yoga teachers, Pilates instructors, bloggers, life coaches, doctors, you name it. Anyone trading time for money in the health profession is it's a tricky time because linear income means you go in, you teach a yoga class, you get paid money. Or you go in, you work a shift, you get paid money. Done. You have linear income straight across. And then, of course, we have the internet, right? Love, hate with the internet. I personally love it. It's how I run my business. It's great for online marketers like myself and my team. Okay, it's great for you. Even if you are currently a linear practicing health coach, you can add on these streams. So how this makes it tricky for coaches is you could have the most beautiful office in the world, but where are your clients going for information? Are they wanting to come into the office, or are they going to Dr. Google? Are they going online for their information? Let me share a little secret with you, which is something that I do as a health coach online. Our job is to provide so much valuable content so that people buy our stuff. So health coaches, just like myself and hundreds and thousands of other health coaches, are actually giving away so much information that they used to have to go to a practitioner to get. As well, they're responding to private messages. So I know when I worked in a clinic, I had boundaries. My clients weren't allowed to message me. Heck no, they had to come into the office to get the information. Now, practitioners are actually allowing that. Private messages. Have you guys gotten clients actually messaging you on Facebook, Instagram? I know if I go somewhere to purchase something or I'm looking up a business, I actually go to their Instagram account and Facebook. Let me know if you do too, because that's where we're moving. In 5 to 10 years, everybody's going to be online. Everybody has smartphones. Where do you go for information? So that's what's happening. So don't fret if you are a health coach and you are currently just using the linear income streams. That's okay. I've got some tips and tricks for you. I'll share with you that you can start right now, like moving to group coaching or adding some online revenue streams so that you too can play this game and play with the internet and play with how your clients are likely finding information. So this is what linear earning did to me. At the time, as I mentioned, I was working as a food rep. So I had a great salary position at one point. I could have stayed in that, paid all my bills off, been super cozy, This is my zone of excellence. If any of you guys have listened to The Big Leap, zone of excellence is where you're doing good, but you're not quite working in your zone of genius. Okay, so that was me. I was a full-time food rep making the best money. My bosses were amazing. I absolutely loved everything. Could take vacation, I could travel, I could be a free bird. However, I hated to drive, so my territory was all of the Maritimes. So I let that job go. And then went to multiple revenue streams. So I was a part-time food rep. I was working corporate wellness. I was driving all around Halifax. I was working in medical clinics. I was working at a health food store. So what all these things had in common, even though I had multiple revenue streams, one year I had 4 T4s plus my private business. I had a nutrition box business as well. So the thing that all those have in common, time for money. And me personally, I actually have low iron. So I don't have all of this time and energy to give to linear income. So I actually had to get creative. How can I make more money? And I love being efficient too. So that is actually what drove me, my burnout, and the fact that I had such low iron that I actually, like an 8-hour shift killed me. I couldn't do it. And as well, when I was working as a salary food rep, I was so exhausted that I felt like I wasn't doing my job properly. So I had all this heavy guilt on me. If I went to a yoga class, I felt guilt. Fast forward to today, going to yoga class is actually part of my business plan. It actually makes me more money. Why? Because when you own a business, 90% of what you do is attracting your clients. So your job is to raise your vibration high enough that people want to be around you and buy your stuff. So now when I go to yoga or do something that's good for my health, I don't feel guilty. It's part of my plan, and it's actually part of my workday. Okay, so back to linear earning, what it did to me. If you can imagine, if you can relate, let me know in the comments. Exhaustion, burnout, scattered energy, resentment. This one was huge. I actually had resentment because I was working full time. I had resentment for family and friends that would message me nutrition questions because I would be so frustrated because I wasn't getting paid for it. I was wondering why they weren't purchasing from my consulting business. So if you can relate to this, do you feel resentment towards people that ask you for free advice? Right? I can totally understand that if you're burnt out or if you have these products and programs to share and sell, but people aren't actually buying your stuff. They're just asking for your free advice. Or if you go out on a date and the guy across the table asks you for free advice. Let me know if you agree to this. Or you go to a girls' weekend and you're asked to teach yoga. Now, for me, those are great opportunities. In the past, because I was so burnt out, I was actually resentful and didn't want to do any of that stuff. So I know some of you guys can relate to this. I talk to health coaches all the time about this topic. So to avoid burnout, this is the missing piece, is to shift from that linear earning to leveraged. Another one is the time and financial cap that is on linear income, right? You guys have all heard of people working their butt off and then retiring and then enjoying their life. What kind of living is that? I certainly know I never wanted that or thought it was the right thing to do. So here's just a simple linear versus residual. So linear, we can all agree, that's your JOB, that's your, sorry, I'm messing with the slides. Here we go. Linear income, that's the traditional job. That is everything I explained that I was doing a couple years ago. Anything that you're getting paid per hour, that's linear. And we're not actually going to talk about that much further anymore because we all know how to do that. That's typically what we do. What we're going to talk about is residual income, that leveraged income, partnerships, building an organization of independent business owners that all work together. So that's what we're going to be talking about. And then you leverage each other's stuff as well as leverage the internet, leverage a website that's a 24-hour salesperson. Okay, so multiple revenue streams. Why I suggest this is because any area in life, I never suggest you have all your eggs in one basket. Because what if the internet crashes? Or what if Facebook closed down? Or what if the clinic you're working at decides to shut down? Or the health food store you decide shuts down? I am a huge fan of multiple revenue streams to decrease stress and increase financial abundance. So the secret piece, as I mentioned, I was working in multiple revenue streams before, but they were all linear. So this is the difference now. I currently only have one linear position, and it's 2 days a week at a health food store. I lied. I always say that. 2 days a month at a health food store. I chose to keep this because it's a sense of community. I love the people there, and it allows me to stay involved and actually leave my house 2 days a month, and it makes me appreciate my business more. So that's my only linear now. It is like, I don't even know, $300 a month? That's it. That's all I have. 99% of the rest of my earnings and job is all leveraged income. Okay, so linear, we can all agree, it's time for money. Some other ones are passive. So what you do here is you set up the systems and earn off of them. I'll explain this in detail in just a second. Residual, you get paid multiple times for doing the work once. Affiliate, you earn by sharing with your network. So you earn off of someone else's work just by sharing your experience. That's affiliate. And then direct selling or a crazy, amazing partnership is passive and residual. This training is pitch free. I'm not going to pitch you to join my direct selling on this. Absolutely not. I'm just teaching you all the revenue streams that I do. One of the many eggs in my basket is direct selling. Okay. We're going to focus on the good because I believe that there's no point in shaming linear income or our jobs. Let's get this out of the way before we move on. So yes, you have a job, you have a job. My recommendation is to halt those thoughts that are negative. I hate my job. I can't wait to quit. I'm going to fire my boss. I'm going to move to Mexico. Replace those thoughts with, this is temporary. This is the amazing opportunity that's getting me to my deepest desires. This is a stepping stone to where I want to go. But the key piece here is you actually have to create a plan of action. And I recommend 90 days. I have a 90-day escape plan to help you do that. So that is what I suggest. So you can start today by shifting your mindset. Being grateful for your job because you're paying your bills, right? It's focus on the good. And then key piece, make a plan of actions, put it in your calendar, whether that's 1 year or my favorite, 90 days to quit your day job. And if you can slowly go down 4 days, 3 days, 2 days, 1 day, that's amazing too, because you can just offset it and slowly replace it. Okay, well, let's get into it, Steph. Leveraged income. You can see on the graph on the right, I drew that. It's pretty nice. Linear is straight across. So at the beginning, definitely linear, you're making more money than leveraged. But as you can see, over time, leverage goes up. So it's not like you're going to get rich overnight, make an ebook and sell 1 million copies. It's think about how much time and effort people put into writing a book. So that would be an example of leveraged. So all of these things, writing a book, having online passive programs, building a network marketing business, these are all leveraged. And as you can imagine, it's work at the beginning. I didn't get to where I was just overnight. It was years of work, totally paying off now. So it's up to you. If you don't want to put any work in, you just want to get paid, then fantastic, go linear option. But if this excites you and you want to one day go on vacation and your business still runs, if you want to, and it's not 10, 20 years down the road, like I'm 2 years into this and totally loving it. So that's what we're talking about. Affiliate, that is actually, it would be in the middle because you can earn really quickly without doing any work besides checking out the program or maybe doing the program yourself and then recommending it. So affiliate is leveraged, but you actually earn more right away than the other ones that generally take a little bit to get off the ground. Okay. This isn't a pitch for my direct selling partnership. This is just to educate anyone because direct selling and network marketing is out there. You've probably been asked to join someone's company. This is what I suggest if you're interested in joining a company. Make sure it's available globally, huge, because you want to, when I started Nourish, I was shipping Nourish boxes and I kind of got held up because there was then the international shipping costs, all of that. So when you choose a company, globally, absolutely, you need that check mark. Make sure you love it before you're going to recommend it to others. Make sure the company's been around for 15, 20 plus years. Absolutely. The last thing you want to do is, as we see in this graph, put all that work in and the company shuts down. You hear those horror stories all the time. So don't fret. They're not really good companies that have been around 15, 20 years. That's not going to happen. Anything can happen, but the likelihood is not high. Make sure it's consumable. What this means is your product people are going to want to come back for. That makes it so much easier to run your business. And then, of course, quality. Huge. Especially me. I joined as a dietitian. I had my license on the line, everything I had to make sure. And the company I joined with was actually pharmaceutical grade. So that's fantastic because as dietitians, that slotted in great. All right, moving on. If you have been checking out how I do it, what I've been noticing is people have been coming and asking me, how are you doing this authentically? Some people don't even know I do direct selling. So how do I gracefully do it? How you can too. How can you integrate it authentically without feeling creepy, without feeling annoying, you actually run a business as opposed to feeling like you're just bugging your friends and family. So the main thing is it's a piece of our pie. It's not the one thing we do. If that's what you do, fantastic, amazing. What I teach and what I love is integrating, as I said, this is one egg, one piece of the pie. And then another key piece is you are not your product partner. You are you. How you sell online is you show up. People are going to buy from you because of your uniqueness, because of your value. They're not going to go purchase the product likely because of the product. They want to work with you. So that is huge. You are you. You're not your product partner. Offer value in your unique gifts. That's your job. And increase your vibration. And then choose your work family wisely. So you work very closely when you're in direct selling with your upline and your downline. So as you're signing people on, don't be afraid to, if it's not a good fit, maybe don't sign them on because you're going to be working closely with these people. As well as your upline. Make sure you get along with them and you actually want to work with them before you sign on. So that's huge. And if you're already within it and say there's always going to be, communication errors or whatever with your upline, downline, that's okay. It's all part of the growth. So it doesn't mean like leave your business. It just means when you're joining, all the people that have joined my team have joined for my vibe. They want to kind of do things like I do. So it's a great fit. I also recommend, if it's not a great fit, I let them know and they can choose something else. So that's huge. And it's at the beginning, you might be kind of like, I just want to sign them on, but it doesn't pay off in the end because the energy draining or that misalignment with relationships isn't worth it. All right, a quick note from my tribe leader and the huge partnership of one of the many partnerships that I did with Nourish that took me from 0 to 100 was partnering with Leanne Jacobs. The funny thing is, you guys, is I was actually listening to her podcast and going on her website and looking at her coaching opportunities before I knew she had anything to do with the product partner that I ended up joining with. So that was amazing alignment. So I just wanted to share a couple things from her. I've only been in direct selling just over a year. So she's been in it 10 years and is 7 figures with it. Makes $1 million every year. That's big money. But why I love her and why I joined her tribe is because she does it like I wanted to, which is authentically. You can't really tell when you sign onto her site that she offers you sign-on. It's one piece of her pie. It is one of her multiple revenue streams. She has a book called Beautiful Money. She does speaking. I'm an affiliate of hers. So she's amazing. And what happened I'm just going to share with you actually a couple things she suggests. So why she loves direct selling and why she integrated it as a Pilates and yoga teacher and nutritionist. So she says it's the biggest trend in the world. Okay, I kind of want to be part of that. It's a benefit of owning a business without risk. So I owned Nourish or my business before I had my USANA business, and yeah, there was a lot more overheads. If you have a brick and mortar, there's a lot more overheads. There's way more risk. Whereas this, it's basically risk-free, cancel anytime, that sort of thing. So it's not linear. It's not, income is not a result of time for money. You can start making money right away. There's no admin, and it's global. So that's why she loves it. Moving on. Okay, so these are other partnerships that I've done would be, say, like I partnered with, this has nothing to do with direct selling. I created affiliate opportunities for myself to earn off of other people's stuff that I did. So I even have an affiliate partnership with my water cooler guy, because at that time I was the yes girl and I was like, I want all the partnerships. Now I'm like so selective, but I just made $180 off of a water cooler because someone came to my house and liked mine. So that would be affiliate. I do no extra work except share my experience of the water cooler. Another affiliate is with Leanne Jacobs, actually. She runs a mastermind. All I do is share my experience. She does all the work. She runs the group. I just refer people and get 50% of the sale. That's called affiliate marketing. I've been running affiliate marketing with my team of Nourish ambassadors for years. That too was huge from taking Nourish from 0 to 100. Because let me tell you guys, you could have all the best content and programs in the world, but your job is to drive traffic to them. So I, thinking of being efficient and leveraged, knew that I didn't want to be fully responsible for that. So I had a team of ambassadors that their job is to drive traffic to the products. And what sells is whatever I'm driving traffic to or what the ambassador is driving traffic to. So I have that, that is affiliate marketing or working together as partnerships. And then I have specific program too. So if you have specific skills or an ebook, what I did was combine that with Kayla, who had specific skills, her own audience. We created a program and we partnered, and then we share that way. So there's different ways of partnering. Absolutely, network marketing is a huge one and definitely my most lucrative partnership. And then affiliates is so fun if you can get into that. I have one going on right now for an online course, Make an Extra 1K. So if you're interested, just write in the comments and I'll make sure to get you the right links. Okay, so what I gained after partnering with Kayla, with Leanne Jacobs, with having my ambassador team, what this does is it freed up my time. So certain things, like I used to spend all sorts of time packing boxes, like Nourish boxes, and shipping them. I no longer do that. They ship for me, right? So that's huge. I can now spend my money and time on other things like photo shoots or other revenue generated activities. So most entrepreneurs spend 80% of their time doing stuff that isn't revenue generating and 20% doing it. Flip that around. Your full job is to do stuff that's revenue generating. And for me, that's driving traffic to whatever it is I'm selling. That's revenue generating. It's not creating more content. It's not studying and going and getting more credentials. I did that, been there. It didn't work. As soon as I started doing revenue generating activities, which is sharing what I know, people started purchasing. So that's what it did for me too, is it freed up money. I then refocused that money that I was investing in my business in like boxes, Nourish boxes and supplies and all of that. And I used it for growth elsewhere as well. I paid business coach $500 a month and did all sorts of trainings and was looking into Tony Robbins events. Those are all amazing. But that's something that I gained with this as well, is personal growth, support, so that it all comes along with it. So it's not extra money. So then I can spend that money, take it, and spend it on other things that are going to be helping my business generate revenue, as well as programs. So something that, this is exhausting in the throat, I just realized. When you're excited about something, it just gets you. Okay. Where was I? Programs. I'm just going to get some water before I get into this. If you need water or break, go grab some. I'll just be 10 seconds, get from my water cooler. And then I'm going to talk about partnering the leverage with programs and my experience from creating my own ebooks and programs, and then having programs given to me. That's what I'm going to be talking about. You can check out Frankie while I'm gone. Okay, so when I was burnt out, scattered, hired my business coach, one of the main things I really wanted was an ebook. And just to get, I was constantly redoing the work, or I had clients that I was constantly giving the same information to. So I wanted to do the work once and then just provide it with all of my programs. So that was one of the goals that I did. It took me forever. I had all my friends and family editing it. I love it. I don't regret it. It's proved itself over and over again over the years. I use it. But that was one of the things I gained when I partnered is I had my one signature program that I created. I did all the work for, created all the worksheets, took me years, all these headaches. And then when I partnered, I was given a 30-day cleanse, which had a 50-page ebook and all the emails and all of that. So that's a perk too of partnering. So when I partner with people, all the stuff I've created, my 10-day reset to drop 10 pounds, my fitness program, my lifestyle program without overwhelming you with all the things, that's a perk of benefit of partnering. And I will let you know that if you are looking to grow your business, focus on one thing. So we can very easily paralyze our clients. If you have way too many things or offerings, they won't buy anything. I've done this. I did really well when I had one program. I started adding more programs, and it's harder to sell when you have more stuff. You can have them, but maybe just don't put them all up for sale. So what I do with all mine now is I use them for all my health coaches to use. So again, when a health coach joins on, I don't say use all of this stuff. We work together and they focus on one thing so that they can really get clear, because people purchase from an expert, not from a generalist. For instance, myself, all I'm selling right now is how to quit your day job, or to that specific client health coach that wants to quit their day job. I'm not trying to sell everything. Now, the perks of having an ambassador team is my fitness program will still sell because one of them is obsessed with it and she's talking about it. That's how we sell or share. You just talk about whatever it is you're doing and people want to do it too. A tax strategy. Okay, so I actually got $3,000 back on my taxes this year. And that's if you own a business, you have income and you have expenses. So that's something with partnering each month. My business fee is to purchase supplements, which I take anyways, and share samples and give to my friends and family. So that's actually a business expense. Okay, what else? The support and mentorship is huge. I absolutely crave that. I love personal growth. I love having people to talk to. I love coaches for myself, so that was really good for me. And then location independence is a no-brainer for me. I live in one side of the country, my family lives in the other. I'm a travel junkie, so that needed to happen. So moving forward, that proved itself. I really, once I started to see that I was able to run my business from anywhere and even run it while I was meditating for 10 days or sleeping, that's when it really started to kick in that holy, you know what, this is amazing. Okay, so leverage ideas for you to start now. If you're coaching, a simple leverage hack is just to move to group coaching. So what you're doing is you are leveraging your time. Instead of helping one person, you're helping 20. You can do this online through group coaching. You can do it in person, and then you get paid more for the same amount of time. Video trainings. You can create video trainings and sell those over and over again, or use them as free offers to get people in the door. A little tip for Instagram and social media, use it as your business card. People are coming there to check you out. So give them the free information, how amazing you are. And then they're going to check out your website and see what you have to offer. So if you have a clinic, you can actually do awesome stuff on Facebook and social media and drive traffic there. as well as set up passive programs, because then you don't have to limit yourself to the city that you're in. What if you have a friend in Australia that wants to buy your services? Instead of them just messaging you for free advice, guess what? They are buying your online program. Product partners, I can't say enough about this. This is one of the major eggs in my basket. Love my product partner so much. I used to have multiple product partners, but the more I focused down, the better it was for me. Affiliate marketing is a great place to get involved as well. If you want to get involved with my affiliate marketing, comment below and I'll get you the link. Passive programs, you got to have one of those if you are having people asking for your advice online. You have to have somewhere to send them if they're hungry for more. All right, so that's it for the PowerPoint. Oh no, I don't think that PowerPoint was up. I'll have to do it again. Oopsie daisy. Maybe it was. Let me know if it was. Okay, guys, I'm Steph, founder of Nourish, and I help people like you create a business and a life that you absolutely love. If you love this vibe and you want more, comment below, send me a message, and I will get you a link to my calendar, and we can book in a clarity call. Thanks for watching. If you think that your friends would like this, share it, like it, tell me that you got something from this video, and that would make my day. All right, guys, talk to you soon.